Okay. Hello, I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. As promised, we're back more or less where we left off. Like I said, I did some off-stream stuff, mostly like the side tasks and things. Beat up bandits, sold some stuff, crafted some things, that kind of deal. Otherwise, though, we're picking more or less where we left off. I don't know tonight whether we're going to continue investigating this Runt character, this gigantic black-clad bad guy, or if we're just going to kind of wander about, and do some side quests. It's probably going to be a good combination of both, really. Anyway, I just was brought up by John, that's Rogue Centurion in the Discord. Something which is a perennial topic for me, which is that Michael Knowles, who I'm a fan of. Hey Kevin, how's it going? I have some serious respect for Michael Knowles with respect to a lot of things. But boy howdy, is he unbelievably retarded when it comes to anything to do with libertarianism. It is unbelievable how I think I mean this literally, retarded he is. Apparently on Timcast, who's already a little bit maybe unnecessarily milquetoast. Let's go see if we can get this horse broken in for somebody. Let's get on our horse, by the way. Oh, I should note. I got a new horse. I got a nice dappled white Arabian stallion named Al-Barak. Beautiful, heavy lifter, fast, glorious. Anyway, now let's go to Neuhof. Anyway, as I was saying, Knowles, he criticizes libertarianism in the same breath as putting forward points which would, if he were the least bit honest or self-reflective, be arguments for libertarianism. And what I mean by that typically is he will argue about problems that come up in the ostensibly private sector, and he'll point out how, well, government is in bed with corporations, and this is terrible. We need government to stop the government from being in bed with corporations, because these corporations are the real bad guys, and the government is just what we as conservatives need to take over, so that we can be the ones in bed with these corporations, and we can punish the bad corporations and wield the power of government. Is my impression of him decent? I think it's okay. Anyway, yeah, that is once again retarded. Alright, cool. Where's, I forget where this needs to go. Hold on. Talmberg. Okay. Need to ride this bad boy all the way over to Talmberg. I'm just gonna quick travel it for now and see what happens. Because again, his point usually is undermined by the fact that by all of these times where he says an armed man. Let's see what's up. Oh, I bet it's a guy wanting a duel or something silly. Most of the time when he's talking about this.
How about a little wager?
Sure, why not?
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter.
Let's see.
I'd just like to pass the time of day with a fellow wayfarer.
I see. What do you have in mind?
We could have a little bout of combat, for the sake of practice.
Sure.
All right. Why not?
Excellent. I trust you have something to wager.
50 groschen?
Oh,
yeah, let's bet 50 out of my 32,000 groschen.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's get to it then.
I'm unbelievably wealthy.
Fuck. Jesus Christ!
Okay, I won.
Sakura, this is not my day.
No,
Here,
no, sir.
take your coin and run along.
Well fought, kind of. But all right, let's move along, shall we? To Talmberg. All right. Oh wait, there's a task. There's somebody, a task giver, a quest giver, or something on the road. Let's see if we can find him. Anyway, typically what will happen here, and typically the problem with Noel's reasoning, there's no one here. Okay, never mind. Typically the problem with Noel's reasoning is that he points out what is actually a problem entirely caused, or mostly caused, by government interference in the market, and says, see, look what the market does. See what we need to use the force of government to prevent. It's unbelievably irritating, because I just want him to say, like, to sit down for literally any length of time with Dave Smith, because they're both genuinely funny, they're really quick-witted, they're jovial kind of guys. And man, they would have a good conversation about this stuff. But I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I'm disappointed. Kevin says, yeah, it's so frustrating how easy it should be for the right and the left to agree on defunding corporate welfareism, yet it's one area where the libs and the neocons agree to ignore. That's not quite the case, I don't think. I think it's not that the libs and the neocons agree to ignore it, it's that politicians agree to ignore it, and all constituents on both sides see it as a problem. Because it's massively, massively beneficial to politicians to have corporations basically in their pockets.
This one is from Neuhoff. Take good care of him for me.
Talk to Sir Divish about the race. Wait, there's a race? Sir Divish is sleeping. Let's go wake him up and talk to him about a race. Because that seems rude. I love being rude, Sir Divish. Wait, can I sleep in this? I shouldn't. This is not my bed. Yeah, I do, like I said, it's, again, I think that largely the misalignment is between the powerful and the powerless. And the powerful are those who are the state, or who are aligned with the state. So that is state actors, especially deep state actors, if you will. But then also the people being exposed by things like the Twitter files. And like, this is one of those things where Knowles is always talking about, well, we have to wield the power of the state against entities like Twitter, who are trying to censor conservatives. Well, yeah, that was the might of the state that was censoring conservatives, you dimwit.
Greetings.
Gosh, anyway,
What do you need?
It's all really rather silly.
My lord, I bring greetings from Smill's widow, Zora, mistress of the Neuhoff stud farm.
Zora. The poor woman, to lose her husband in such a terrible way. How can I help her?
She sends her respects and would like to ask, if you don't mind, why you stopped buying horses from her.
I take my horses from Uzits now. It's no reflection on Zora or her people, but it was clear to me after the tragedy at Neuhoff that the stud farm would never recover. I'm not inclined to buy my steeds from a stud farm run by a woman. You can understand that, can't you? Being a stable master is a man's work.
Days? I mean, this will definitely succeed just because of my ranks in it. I'll vouch for the horses, though. That's true, I actually have one.
Perhaps you don't trust women, my lord, but I hope I've earned your trust. I'll personally vouch for those horses. They're magnificent animals.
You're right, Henry. You are trustworthy.
Of course.
And Zora does at least deserve a chance. I have an idea.
Your wife
We'll
will
hold the
not
horses,
stop trying to get into my
and whoever's
pants, and I have
horse fares
declined
better,
every
that's who
time.
we'll
You better
buy.
trust me.
I hope you will carry the Neuhoff colors.
It looks that way. I've already bought the horse.
Splendid. Tell my stable master about my decision. Meanwhile, I'll send word to the riders from the other stables around. Let's make a proper show of it. God be
Okay, then. Let's do us a race. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to the stable master. It is the middle of the night, but let's see. Not the middle of the night. It's still early evening. See, look, this guy's still lit. Hello, Mr. Stablemaster. Here he is.
God be with you.
Yeah, most of Noel's objections to anarchy, especially, but libertarianism in general, are exactly the same kinds of things that any libertarian worth his salt, so basically, Mises Caucus type libertarians, right libertarians, anarcho-capitalists, those types, us, would completely agree with and then say, yes, and the state is the problem, not the solution. And that's painfully obvious from your own points. So the whole thing is oh God, it's all very silly. All very silly. But I get it. He's enamored with this apparently novel idea of wielding the might of the state. He's Boromir. That's all. Or he wants desperately to be.
Sir Divish has sent me about the race.
Race?
He's got more of a figure
Yes,
of Faramir,
to
but
tell you he wants to arrange a horse race. He will send word himself to the other stables and riders in the area.
It's true no one's raced the Talmberg track for ages. And the folk around here could use a bit of excitement. But what's your part in this?
Actually, Mistress Zora sent me. She wants his lordship to start buying our horses again.
Zora? She's from the Neuhof stud, ain't she?
Yes.
I hope with all my heart you win. After what's happened to Zora, she deserves some luck. Do you know the rules of the race?
not even slightly.
I don't.
We'll tell you before the start of the race where the poles are and what order you have to reach them in. There's no set course. You can take any route you want. Knowing the lie of the land is very important. You must take a ribbon from each pole, and once you have them all, you can ride back. If you're the first one here, then you win. Got it?
Cool.
I understand.
It's very cool method.
All right, but a race like that will take some time to arrange. Bring the dappled grey tomorrow to the gate of the Outer Bailey at noon. The start will be there.
All right, thanks.
Good luck to you.
Great. I will now sleep. It's nighttime. And I will also change out of this overly heavy armor. Black purple, hat, gloves, boots. Take that off, that on, that off, this on. Golden spurs, of course. Keep that on. Really, those increase. Those are higher charisma. That's unbelievable. Those are the same. All right, fine. Why did I sit? I need to sleep. Let's see if I can read this yet. No. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's one of those things that I would love to see just sort of hashed out among, well, could be allies. I can't say would be allies, but I can say could be political allies. Because I gotta say, I agree with a lot of Noel's, at least his sentiments, if not his solutions. Certainly not his solutions. But I certainly agree with a good deal of his sentiments. So, I think there's fertile ground for agreement, despite obvious disagreement. I don't know. We'll see. Someday maybe there will be some kind of rapprochement there. Right. Oh yeah, so tonight, I've got a An Elysian Night Owl, the last of my pumpkin beers for the season, actually. On to some other perhaps less interesting things moving forward, unless I find something interesting. Who knows? And another matcha latte. It's that what, DNA or whatever matcha, which again got this I got this become a brand manager offer thing in with my my Amazon order, which I gotta say, like, okay, cool, but me being just this buttoned up, well, not literally, I'm wearing a t-shirt, but you know, being so terribly squarish does not, I don't think, lend itself to such such crunchy hippie kind of branding. But okay, I don't know. It is good, don't get me wrong. It is actually very good. Ah, here we are. Ah, gentlemen. Let's wait a little while. Yeah, I think that is actually something that, if the Twitter files, this whole thing, taught us anything, or showed us anything, it's that there is widespread agreement between, I'll just say broadly speaking, the establishment, both the established media, the deep state in the government, and, well, nearly everything else, every institution of power in the country. There's widespread agreement, and that's highly nefarious. And the reason it's so nefarious is because it is so closely tied to the power of the state, which is the only sort of, I guess, legally coercive institution in a society. So yeah, there's great problems, that sort of thing. You know, it's a damn shame, because I really like what is it? That little blue scarf, but it's not as classy as the quartered combat jacket. Divish. Can we have a... We all set? No? I should wait longer. Much longer. About noon. We ready? Gotta say, the timing of some of the things in this game is a little bit odd. Ah.
I welcome you all to the Great Talmberg Horse Race.
My turn.
Where the best steeds and riders in the land will compete to see who's fastest. Fate and fortune won't decide the winner here today. Horsemanship, knowing the lay of the land, and quick wits will bring victory. But I won't hold things up any longer. Competitors, prepare yourselves. Ready, steady, go!
Yeah! Yeah! Are you blind? For Christ's sake, there's people walking here!
You're not walking! Okay, so it's in Uzhitz, right? Yeah, it's in Uzhitz. In the race, doesn't say. I can cut across here. Maybe. I think I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Oh, not there, not there. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Right here. Excuse me. There we go. Doing well. Yeah, well, I don't know what this is, but there's an interesting site here. Maybe for another time.
Yeah.
Come on, horse. You can do it. All right. I really hope I cut off enough time there to make a difference.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Yeah. Hey, who's there?
Just a friend. No, I am behind. Darn it. I'm way behind now. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll go the normal way.
Yeah.
I'm way behind. This is bad. Dead tree. What in the world dead tree are you talking about? Right here, right? So lost. Oh, is that it? Oh my god, it is. There's a guy. To get off?
Let's go. Show them what you're made of.
Alright, Margaret. Or Margaret, which is where? This is Margaret. Oh, all the way on the other side of Talmberg. Okay, here we go. I guess I just gotta ride back. I'm gonna stick to the road this time, I guess. I made terrible mistakes already. I'm probably screwed here. Oh, there. Do I need to get through Talmberg, or can I just go through here? There's a slope down there. My ford. I don't want to go through Talmberg. I want to go north of the castle, though. Okay. I need to get over that darn river, which is a huge pain. There's cliffs. Oh, this will be fine, right? Yes, this will do. Okay.
Yeah.
Through the woods. Trim off more time. come on. There we go. I honestly did not expect this to be so relatively difficult. I didn't expect to have to focus this hard on it. Or for it to be nearly this far. To be so cross-country. Ah, well. I'm probably going to lose this race pretty badly. Hey, Marjan? Yes. This is Marajed. Doesn't show me the map. Doesn't show me the thing. Darn it. This is a problem. I barely ever come to Marajed. Here we go. No, that's not it.
What's that? Yeah.
Hey, Disciple Mike, welcome back. I achieved a new level of horsemanship while getting completely and utterly lost. Bless everyone. It's been a few weeks since I was able to catch you. Finally, semester break. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I, too, am on sort of semester break, although I have been feverishly getting grades in over the last few days. I have, technically I have until Monday, but I'm not going to take that long if I can avoid it. I've basically given my students a one last minute, am I missing anything notice, and if they don't turn anything they have left, or don't, no, if they don't notify me that I've missed anything they've already turned in by tomorrow, then final grades go in as is. As they should. Where am I supposed to be going? Is it up here? Is it the soldiers' camp? I discovered a bunch of things. I've never been here before, I suppose. But it's not here. Certainly not here.
Yeah.
Okay. Ribbon race. 5 points. In the correct order. Take any route between them. Size of influence on who finishes the fastest. Doesn't tell me. All I saw was Meriden. Disciple Mike says, yeah, I get it. Always a rough time for a professor. My Latin teacher allowed his students 2 weeks of handicap turning in tests. Yeah, I think I may have been a bit too kind to my students this semester, quite frankly. Okay, it's in Marajed. Somewhere. Somewhere in Marajed. It doesn't tell me at all where. Also, it's way warmer than it should be. Maybe it's just in here. I don't know. Yeah, I gave my students extra time, or until the formal end of the semester, to turn in any late work at a penalty. So long as they give me a reason for it, which is my stipulation. If you give me some kind of a reason for why it's turned in late, then I will accept it and I will grade it, and the penalty will just depend on what the reason is. It's a very good reason, like medical emergency, I might not mark off at all. If it's a very bad reason, like I didn't feel like doing the assignment until I realized what my grade would be without it, fine. I'll still grade it, but you'll get marked off for it. If there's no reason at all, or you know, I've actually gotten reasons. I was up too late partying the other night and I couldn't get the thing finished. Fine, I'll grade it. I admire the honesty. I need to give up this quest. Can I just go back to Talmberg and give up? Can I do that? It's not going to tell me where to go next if I don't find this thing. Look, I have failed. They have won. I have utterly failed the Talmberg horse race. Objective completed. Win the race. Oh, go see Divish. Yeah, I'm gonna go see Divish. He's gonna yell at me, being ridiculously bad at this. It was so bad. It was atrocious. Just floundering around in Marajed for God knows how long. 2 in-game hours. I'm sorry, Sir Divish, I have disappointed you. I've made a very poor showing for the stud farm at Neuhof, too. Whew. Well, that was very bad. I'm deeply sorry. But anyway, I am at least pleased that I'm wrapping up for the semester, and I have to say, I've terribly mixed feelings about this semester and classes and such. It was great. I always love teaching it. I always love teaching the philosophy of religion class.
Fear we'd have to send out a party to find you.
Okay, that wasn't that bad.
But please, I must ask, will you buy horses from Zora?
It's that important to you, is it? You're a fine lad, but I must keep my word. I'll buy my horses in Uzits.
Damn.
But I promise you that I'll help Zora when I have the chance.
Okay, well,
Thank you, my lord.
Something.
Thank you. I'll pass your message on to her.
Atrocious. Dog's outside. Anyway, that was my own awful, terrible, no good fault. Was there something else I was supposed to be wearing on my legs? The horse can't get here. Really? Okay, fine. I'll just switch back to my armor then. All right. Let's go. Anyway, so yeah, it's always fun. It's always a great class to teach. I really enjoy it. It is a little bittersweet because it is it's the last time I'm going to be teaching philosophy of religion for a little while. Generally the syllabus is changing around. Not the syllabus, but the sort of core requirements for the university are changing around to the point where I'm not sure if I
help me, somebody.
Okay. They're changing things around, so the philosophy of religion class is going to be phased out as a required class, and so it'll only be elective. So there will be a lot less of it.
What happened to you?
Those human devils killed my husband. Me and the children had to flee for our lives, to live in the woods like wild beasts. I hide in the woods at night, and during the day beg here at the roadside. Wouldn't you have a little bit of food for me, sir? Even a crust of stale bread? I haven't eaten for days.
Don't you want to go to Ratai? There are other refugees there. Someone would take care of you.
They drove me out.
Ah, I didn't know.
Why?
Sorry.
Wouldn't you have a morsel of food for me, sir? I haven't eaten for 3 days. Everything I find, I give to the little ones.
I don't really have food, So here, money.
Of course. Here you are.
May God reward you for your kindness.
I have been to the monastery. I haven't done... There's a couple of quests that I need to do at the monastery. Still. I need to talk about the quarry. The stone quarry. I have to talk to the... I guess the... Who was it? The custodian, I guess, at the monastery about that. Oh, I need food. Speaking of food, I'm getting hungry. Is that a frog? A very strange noise outside. Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably do that. Some of that as well tonight. I really do need food, though. I don't remember if there's a soup pot to just munch from in Neuhof. I don't think so, though. It doesn't mark them. Break into somebody's house and eat their soup. Huh.
You've no business here.
I'm just hungry. I know, sorry. Just leaving. Just having a bite. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, gosh. Anyway. So, yeah, anyway. There's a great deal of, there's some change going on in the organization of the like, university requirements and such. And so this class is getting moved around to different requirements, yada, yada, yada. Boom. Long story short, I'm teaching a bunch of ethics classes next semester, which should be a lot of fun. Now, the other thing, though, is that more and more, every semester, at least for the last few, I've had students with more and more and more trouble actually getting things done. I've had more and more failings. Even still, looking at things, I think this is still correct. I've never had a student fail this class who has turned everything in and didn't plagiarize. I still think that record holds. It's just more and more students aren't turning things in and are just not doing the work. And I think a lot of it is just they're not used to working anymore. They're not used to doing anything after these last couple of years. I mean, I don't blame them, really, after being basically psychologically tortured for 2 years. They've basically undergone some of the worst, I don't know about the worst, it's certainly not the worst, but some of the most widespread tyrannical abuse by their rulers that I think the West has maybe ever experienced. Certainly the most widespread. Not the worst, because there have been far more significant targeted abuses, genocides and whatnot, obviously. But as far as ubiquitous abuses, this is unbelievable. These last couple of years, and you can see it. You can absolutely see it in just the demoralization of everybody, especially kids, young people. Like it's awful. And there's absolutely a correlation, and there's a causal mechanism, and I think we can infer it. What are you gonna do?
That race, it was quite something.
No,
So the race is
you close
over.
the door.
Tell me, please, how did it go?
I feel
I'm
real
sorry,
bad.
Zora. I failed.
Oh well. But what can I say? You tried, and I appreciate that.
But Sir Divish told me that he'll help you when he gets the chance.
You're a kind lad. Thank you for your efforts. God bless.
Well, best I could do. It was not very good, but it was certainly the best I could do. Unfortunately, the best I could do was a horrible, pathetic loss. Yeah, there really has been a great really, really significant harms done to a lot of people. Time's it. I can make it. I mean, I can make it to Ujits, but honestly, I should make it to Ujits and then go to sleep. Oh, there's a tourney tomorrow. Never mind. I'm gonna go do that. That means I need to go back to Teresa. The mill. And get good night's rest. Wake up in the morning. Go fight in the tourney. I should have switched weapons in case I get bushwhacked. Oh well. No, I'll be fine. Uh-oh. What's all this then? A snare.
I'll slay you, you scum! Yeah. I'll slaughter you.
Mercy! Are you...
Oh.
Get
Get out
going,
of here.
then. But leave that weapon right where it is.
What's to be done?
It's barely even a weapon. It's just a big old hitting stick. It's a moderately sized bonk stick. Barely even moderately sized. It's just a rather small bonk stick. Arrows. Roshan. Air meat? Nah. Armor skin. Nice. Eh. Other gloves. Always worth selling. Kevin said, sorry I had a phone call. Yeah, the temptation to use the ring is so bad it comes in different forms. My own is mostly a righting of evils and establishment of order, peace, and stability. That is... I mean... that's very much... Saruman's temptation. Saruman was heavily tempted, was greatly tempted to the ring, not by... not really by the will to power as such, but to the will to organize the world in the proper way. You know? And that's... organize the world in accordance with his wisdom, which I think he rightly observed, at some point at least, was far greater than most people around him, the common folk of Middle-earth. The trouble, of course, being that yes, while your wisdom may be greater than than most of the hoi polloi. By the way, I hate that expression, the hoi polloi, which is directly redundant. Hoi is which means the plural definite article. Anyway, I digress. The point is, though, that and it's very tempting to want to just wield political power when one has access to it.
Hey, lad.
No, sir. You. Villager. Okay. Oh, Teresa's wearing the dress I got her. Nice. It's actually a very nice dress. Look at that collar thing. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, I do think that there's something noble about opposition to evil and disorder. Certainly. Obviously. Vulcan would no doubt agree. However, one can do so in a how do I put it? There is a real temptation to do so in an unjust manner, in a way that is contrary to reason, in the sense of it being opposed to the good of others. And by overriding others' wills, that becomes a kind of it becomes a kind of perversion of the good of ensuring peace and ensuring order. It winds up turning on itself, and so it winds up being self-destructive. And this is the point that that I think Plato makes quite well, or maybe I should say Socrates makes quite well, because Plato kind of drops this after the first book of the Republic. It's this idea that you cannot ensure or enforce justice by unjust means, and which is a large part of the justification for something like Hoppian anarchism. Though, I mean, Hoppe does kind of not a great job of it, frankly. I'm not as big of a fan of Hoppe's philosophical insights as I am his historical insights, or not nearly as much as a lot of other sort of right libertarians are. Basically, he makes a sort of Kantian justification for libertarian ethics, which is fine, I guess, as far as it goes. But there's no justification for the universalization of those principles, which Kant grounds in a common human nature, but then Hoppe just sort of doesn't include that. He does in one sense of it being a sort of basic rationality, but then even that, it doesn't. There's no metaphysical justification for ethical reciprocity on Hoppe's argumentation ethics. Basically, it leaves room for the more Nietzschean sort of will to power kind of response that, well, if I can get away with it, then I have no reason not to. I mean, the biggest counterpoint to Hoppe's argumentation ethics, which, I mean, is absolutely right, that it is self-referentially incoherent to argue against freedom in any real sense. The problem is that most people who oppose freedom are not arguing; they are enforcing. You cannot. It is of no use to argue with a robber that they ought not to rob you. They have the gun. The same applies to a government robber. And so again, it fails. It's not like the robber, the private or public sector, so to speak. It's not like the robber is making an argument that stealing is right, or the property rights are not binding. They're just not treating property rights as binding. That's all that's happening. Kevin says, yeah, I think the temptation to power is something of a play on the other temptation to do things the way that seems easy. An aversion to doing the difficult thing. Effeminacy. I guess effeminacy. That's fair, I suppose.
Greetings. What?
Effeminacy in the negative sense, certainly, not femininity.
All right.
As distinct from femininity, let's say.
As long as you've got the enrollment stake. Sir Hanish's rule is every contestant has to put up 3 score groschen.
Of course.
Of course. Here you are.
Easy.
I'll write your name down.
I
Henry,
have a great deal of money.
And I need to know what weapon you choose.
Long sword. Long sword.
I reckon it's what I'm best at.
I honestly should switch this up and just go with
Get yourself
hammer
ready. You're next
to get practice
in line.
with the thing, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. I already have maxed out skill in longswords, so I can just do that.
Entering the arena
Anyway,
now will be.
if I miss any of your chats in the next few bit, in the next one I'm doing this, forgive me. I'll try and come back to it.
Will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Savratse Kubla. Welcome, our warriors.
Okay.
And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment.
Actually, on that note,
we will witness a duel with
temptation of the will to power. I've just finished last week with Whoa, that was nasty. Wow, that was easy.
The first victor in our tourney is Henry of
that was easy.
Skalitz.
Oh man. So, anyway, I've just been, like I said, reading and talking and teaching about the Fall of the Devil as Anselm explains it.
With warhammers and shields.
And he talks about the devil's primal sin as a kind of turning away from God and choosing his own will in favor.
Bollocks!
Ow, he got me. Got me a little bit.
We have a victor in the second duel.
Alright.
He is
Anyway, so,
Henry of Skalitz.
so there's a couple of ways of looking at this. First of all is that Satan's first sin, the way Anselm describes it, if you haven't heard this from me before, you're gonna hear it now, because my god, do I talk about this too much. That the devil's primal sin was turning away from God, and therefore turning away from what he had been given by God in favor of what he had not been given. Now, whatever that is, Anselm was non-specific, but eventually he settles on something like it being perseverance in rectitude of the will, the inability to be turned away from heaven, security in one's eternal destiny, in other words. Something like that. But anyway, whatever it is, it's this extra something that the devil is not initially given, and God says, don't try and achieve it. Ooh, he got me. Hey.
Here. What's up? Shit yourself? Jesus. Now. Ow.
Yeah, got me there.
Peace.
Okay, sorry, I was focusing. So anyway, so Satan chooses to pursue this additional something that God told him not to pursue, and so he turns away from God and what God had given him in favor of whatever this extra something was. Okay.
Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
I would argue that this embodies all of the deadly sins, all at once. Pride being the first and foremost, obviously, but not the only one. Right, so it's not just pride, it is... Oh, geez, really, that hurt a lot. But the sense in which this is an embodiment of pride is a little bit odd. Ooh, got me. Because it's not quite intuitive that this is an embodiment of pride. This choosing some additional good that God willed him not to will. Because it seems like that's just greed, right? And greed is the obvious one. God, I'm bleeding already, really? Are you serious? Okay, there we go. I got a nice chain on him. I'm bleeding pretty bad. But yeah, so it's the it seems like it's something like avarice. It's this grasping, reaching for something beyond himself. But I mean, that much is simple. That's very straightforward. But I think more appropriately, we can call it greed, or we can call it pride, because in one sense, it is taking upon himself, Satan taking upon himself, a kind of imitation of the omniscience of the omnipotence of God. And God is the one who decides what is right and wrong. Satan, by saying that I deserve this extra something rather than what I've been given, is effectively saying that he, instead of God, has the prerogative to decide what he ought to have and what he ought to be. And so he's taking upon himself this prerogative of divine legislation, which is which is really the same thing that we're doing when we like legislate at all. That was easy. I'm really good with a longsword. Have I noticed? Have I mentioned this? Oh man. Anyway, so this is the pride here is the same kind of thing that hunting swords that St. Augustine talks about in the Confessions. In the Confessions, Augustine talks about the theft of the pears, which was this weird little instance where he and some juvenile delinquent friends of his decided that they would steal some pears. Now, why? Why did they decide to steal pears? Well, he's not quite sure, initially. Because it seems weird that he would do such a thing, primarily because the reason why he sees it as weird is because he doesn't actually want them. He doesn't actually want the pears. He even says he throws them away to the pigs. He and his friends, they throw them away. Nah. Ooh, ow, jeez, that was rough. Because he doesn't even want the pears themselves. He doesn't actually want the fruit of his misbegotten deeds. It seems odd to him why he would have done such a thing. It wasn't out of greed. It was out of what, something. It's some reason for it, but what? And so what he finally decides upon is that it was a kind of imitation of God's sovereignty. It was this attempt to imitate or to take on himself an element of God's absolute sovereignty, that he was trying to do something simply to see if he could get away with it. Ah, jeez. Because to get away with it is basically to decide for himself that what he's doing is right. Even though he knows intellectually that it's wrong. Ah, not okay. Jeez, this is really tough. This is tight. So basically, this is just like the fall of Satan, where Augustine, or the devil, or whichever we want to talk about, is primarily concerned with
the weapons for the third bout have been chosen by our
with
gracious
taking
Sahana.
upon himself this element of divine sovereignty, this deciding, discerning between right and wrong, deciding between right and wrong. This act of the equivalent of divine legislation.
Ow.
Yeah, nasty.
Had enough.
Nope.
Shit.
No.
Yeah, nasty. Ouch.
Now.
Ow.
Trying to go for the helmet just to knock him out. Missed the bastard. Nasty hit.
Give up.
So anyway, that is the sense in which this primal sin, this deciding for himself what he ought to have, is a kind of pride. That was pathetic. Ow. Ow. Man, I'm bleeding now too. This is not great.
Did.
Nice clonk right in the noggin. All right, I got it. Yes. I actually won on stream too. Oh man! I think this is the first stream I've won on. The first tourney I've won on the stream. This is the third tourney I've won altogether. I think this is the first one I've won on the stream.
The final duel in today's
Bleeding.
tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sahanash of Laipa. All glory to the victor,
Cheers.
Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sahanash.
Wonderful. Anyway, all of that is to address Kevin's point about temptation towards power as such, because we have this temptation of towards power, which I think you're right to attribute to pride, primarily to pride. To think that I personally know best.
You did it in the end, Henry.
How
No
so?
doubt you're well satisfied, and I'm sure you'll be happy with this prize.
Beautiful.
Certainly am, my lord. Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Beautiful great helm. All right, let me see this. Let me see this bad boy. Where is it? Lords of Lepa. Hone Skull. 22 armor. 24. 24, 24, 10. Oh my god. It's actually not as good. 22, 9. Higher charisma, 19 charisma versus 18 charisma. No. Oh my god, I can't actually believe it. That is... The Warhorse one is actually better. That's unbelievable. Wow, okay. I like the look of it better too, the rounded faceplate. Alright, well I guess I gotta keep the thing, but I'm not gonna wear it usually. Darn. Wow. Hello, Bowman Richards. Is that the guy I just beat up? Honestly, I did fight, I beat another guy recently too. I think it was off stream. And, I was genuinely concerned that he would show up at some point and try and kill me like Black Peter did. I guess not. Alright, so let's go back to Teresa. Let's go back to the mill. Or chest. So actually, no, let's not go straight there, because I want to sell off some stuff first. I have some things I don't need.
Oh, but doesn't go.
Oh, sorry.
God save you. Good luck then.
Gloves. Not selling that helmet. That's cool. That. Yeah, let's haggle a bit.
Let's have a word.
Well.
Okay, yep. Yep. Let's try 480.
What do you say to this?
Less.
Fine. 460.
Finally.
All right. Great. All right. In that case, let's go right along. Where's my nourishment's fine. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's good grief. I hadn't realized how much corrosion you'd acquired. Yep, 32, or did I make it to 33,000? I'd have to check. I'm not sure if it was 32 or 33,000, but yes, quite a lot. That's also after buying a brand new horse too, by the way. It was 7,000. No. It was 7,000 sticker price, but then it was minus trade-in, so it was something more like 4,000. So yeah. No, I am fabulously wealthy.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the...
No, yeah. No, Henry is fabulously wealthy. Like, he could probably buy some land. Maybe even a small title. Lordship kind of thing. I don't know, maybe. Put that away. Anything I need. Holmberg shield. I don't actually use the shield. Pont, don't actually really need it, but again, the Lords of Lepa gauntlets are not actually as good as the other gauntlets I have. Palmberg Waffenfrock. Ooh, Saradzig's hood. That's the one I need to actually take. Yeah, okay. Because that's the... I may have stolen it, but it's very nice. Is it still marked as stolen? It's not still marked as stolen, is it? No, perfect. I'm gonna put that on the horse. Because that's the thing that I'm going to wear when I'm in my fancy garb. I have an obscene amount of money. Okay. Okay, we need to go up to Ojits. So, by the way, the thing about the thing up in Ojits that we need to do. The Archbishop is in town. and is sniffing around. And what's his name? The guy who just gave us the prize wants us to go and see what he's here for, and see if it's see if there's anything to do with him, or anything like. He's supposedly hunting heretics, Albigensians, I think. We'll find out. But then also there's this concern that he's really after after land and such, land acquisition kind of thing. So we're off to make sure that he's actually here hunting heretics, and if he is, yeah, go help out. Because, you know, heretics deserve hunting. Oh, another thing I should mention. The reason for the thumbnail. So the thumbnail was my AI's feeble attempt at drawing a tornado, a medieval tapestry, a tornado, over a over Tomberg Castle. Not Tomberg? Rattay Castle. Didn't really work well, but there was a very, very close in tornado warning, like right here, right in my neighborhood this morning. It was basically right after I woke up, and my dear wife, who is not a big fan of tornadoes, let's say, rather afraid of such things, had us all in an inner room, making sure that everything was safe until we got out. So there was a bit of an experience there. Can I take out my torch in the meantime? I did not realize I was going to be walking through town at midnight. I'm going to have guards coming after me, yelling at me about my torch. Darn, it's fine. I guess not. There. I'm hungry. Can I come in? It's too late. Yes, I can come in. No, I can't just have a bite to eat, can I? Oh, darn. Oh, there is a soup pot. It's right here. Yes, soup pot. By the way, that is one of the wonderful things about medieval taverns that was a real thing, was forever stew.
At your service, Sir Knight.
Oh, yeah, let's
fisherman
do a
told
fight.
me you'd be up for a brawl.
Forgot about this.
Is it true?
Side quest.
Why? If you've a mind to.
Sure, let's do it.
God be with
Let's beat him up. But yeah, so it's
your butt.
I am wearing heavy armor.
Take that. Go. Cunt. You going to cry now?
Okay. Beat him up. Well, there's a pond there we don't want to fall into. I don't know how we won 10 groschen, if he was knocked unconscious, but very well. We're at the... Oh, geez. We're way out here out of town. That's fine. Walk back. Anyway. What the hell was I talking about? I lost track of it. Completely lost my train of thought. Somebody remind me. Oh, the tornado. Anyway, everything turned out fine. It did not actually hit near us. So it knocked out some power a little ways away. But all is well here, not to worry. Oh, forever soup. That was the other thing. So forever soup or forever stew was actually a really common thing in medieval inns and taverns and way houses and such, where basically it would just be a pot of soup that was kept above safe eating temperature at all times. And whenever anything needed to be added to it, you just add something to it and add something to it and add something to it and add something to it. You'd add some meat. You'd add some more flour. You'd add some more vegetables. Just whenever you needed to add anything to it, you just add more. And it would just continuously be more and more cooking. And it would all, like, the old soup would just basically turn to mush. And it would be integrated into basically part of the broth. Oh. Hi, Father. I should come down, shouldn't I? Sorry. Sorry for trespassing.
What do you want here? Pop it, or I'll call it go. Who are you?
Ow, I'm fine. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Something the matter?
Yeah, nothing. No, I'm just checking out the belfry. Anyway. I wanted to talk to the Archbishop, but I thought I'd get in trouble first. Well, I was talking about forever soup. But it's a really cool concept, and I would love to... It's the kind of thing that you can do really easily in something like a 24/7 restaurant. You could do it at a diner, basically. I'd love to see a diner with a forever soup. I know there are modern diners with basic forever soups. That's a thing. Most of them are in New England. I'm sure there are some in Europe too. I'm not sure, but I expect there are some in Europe. Oh, the vicar of the Archbishop, not the Archbishop himself. Wonder if he's wanting to talk to me.
What do you want here,
wait till morning?
God save, Monsignor. My name's Henry, and I've been sent by Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Sir Hanish, And why is he sending you?
I'm to assist you in your search.
Oh, I see. How considerate of him. Well, you've come at the right time. I need someone who'll go unnoticed among the locals. I'm sure Sir Hanish told you what
I
I'm
stick
doing
out a
here.
little if you haven't noticed.
He said you're looking for heretics?
Exactly. I'm seeking out the sores that inflict the body of the church. The rash of heretics.
That's a...
Waldensians.
Oh, Waldensians.
Dangerous heretics, one and all.
Oh, man. Waldensians. That's a little more obscure. Although, I guess 15th century. Albigensians were long since wiped out. So, okay, yeah, no, Waldensians makes sense. I forget exactly what they are, though. I know there's some kind of Aryan, because everybody's some kind of Aryan. It's some kind of Christological heresy, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we'll find out. But man, the rash of heretics, the sores that inflict the body of the church. God, I love that. That is some fiery turn of phrase. I dig it. The sores that inflict the body of Christ.
Who are these Valdensians? I've never heard of them.
They lose reputation for that.
Then you've either not been paying attention in church, or the parish priest in Ratai is too idle to read out the bishop's missive to the congregation.
I cannot go to mass. There is no mass for me to go to in this game.
Both possibilities are equally disturbing, but I'll allow you the benefit of the doubt and assume it's the latter. But to answer your question, it's a heretical sect.
Yeah, thanks.
I gathered that much. But what form does the heresy take?
Look, boy, I don't have time right now to embark on theological disputation. Besides which, it's not something you need concern yourself with. Suffice it to say, they are heretics.
Very well, Monsignor.
Do I need to look it up? I need to look it up. Kevin, look it up for me, please and thank you. I don't want to have to type all this out. Like, go to a tab or pull up my phone. I'll do it. I'm doing it while I have this conversation. No, not that.
How can I help you then?
Excellent. Let's get right to the point, Henry. I know how to get to where the heretics congregate.
And what's stopping you from going there, sir?
That is to say, I know in theory. The crux of the matter is this. We caught a heretic in Gutenberg who told us of the heretics in Uschitz. Regrettably, by the time he got around to describing their meeting place, he was already raving and hardly coherent.
I see. So do you know where they meet up, or don't you?
Waldensianism. I'm looking it up
His
right now.
account was confused, to say the least. I have a record somewhere here. Can you read, boy?
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so Peter Waldo was their originator in the 12th century. 1173 in Lyon. They were basically proto-reformed. They're proto-Calvinists. So, oh man. Wow, I was wrong. They're not Christological heretics. They are basically they're proto-Protestants, or at least proto-Calvinists. Where is their teachings? Here we go. Okay. They denied purgatory. Okay. Universal priesthood of believers. All good men are priests. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I guess they're soteriological and ecclesiastical heretics. Yeah, by the sound of it. Yeah, they denied the importance of pilgrimages. They denied relics, the importance of relics, sacramentals. They were accused of having scoffed at the doctrine of transubstantiation. Ooh. Okay, no, they are pretty dangerous. Let's go kill them all.
Naturally, Father. Otherwise, Sir Hanush wouldn't have sent me.
I see. It's a good thing at least the servants of the nobility are getting a suitable education. Some of their own offspring can hardly write their own names. Here's the record of the interrogation. From what I can make out, his description of the route starts at the local tavern. Once you've found something out, come back and see me.
I'll do my best, Father.
Heretic's testimony.
Well,
okay.
I'm not from Ujits exactly, so I don't know how well they'll accept me.
That's good, because the last thing I need is one of these local good-for-nothings. I can't trust a single one of them.
I mean, don't trust the
and
priest,
they
to be
don't
fair.
Trust me either.
Not that I'll
but
say that out loud.
You're an
That'd
ordinary
that'd
lad with
calumny.
a likable face, if a bit simple.
Not calumny, detraction.
You'll have a much better chance of learning their secrets.
You flatter me, Monsignor. Very well, then. Are there any suspects?
Everyone is a suspect. You can
They're
be sure of
Burgundian.
that. But I'll know more after I finish the interrogations.
It's not true, though. I would say they're Burgundian, but the movement originated in Burgundy. It eventually did find its way to Germany and I guess Bohemia. That's reasonable.
How did you conclude there are heretics here?
We caught one in Gutenberg. He confessed to everything, including meeting up with others in Ujits a few times.
And that was all he told you?
By the end, all his strength had left him, so he couldn't even put together a list.
I see.
I'm pleased to hear it.
I'll get working on it, sir.
God be with you, my son.
We find the Waldensian congregation. The world? Oh, a guard. I was wondering why there's a pile of armor by the priest's door. It's under my quest items, right? Yes, here we go. This account was written by Master Borislav, scribe to the Archbishop, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. At first, the captive heretic, one Peter of Hradec, did refuse to give testimony, whereupon the executioner was instructed to encourage him to do so by the performance of arts. Let it be stated that the interrogated Peter of Hradec did long resist the executioner's persuasions. However, he did finally respond to a query as to the place of assembly of the other heretics known to him, and they did meet in the township of Ujits. When the vicar then asked the prisoner to elaborate, that is, who they were and in what house they assembled, Peter of Hradec again fell into silence. The executioner was again obliged to exercise his persuasive art, which in due course the vicar ordered him to desist, for the prisoner was greatly fatigued, whereupon he did suddenly find his voice, and began to respond at length to the repeated query as to where he met the other heretics. The vicar thereupon decreed that the testimony of the prisoner be written down verbatim. May the Lord forgive me for hearing these heretical speeches, which by my duty of Holy Mother Church I am bound to set down in the writing this day. Thus spoke to the heretic. Heaven says the Risen I made a dark elf on Skyrim and named him Clayton Bigsby. Is he going to join the Thalmor? Please tell me he's going to join the Thalmor. Oh, yes! He's either going to join the Thalmor or the Stormcloaks, and I don't care which. Either one, it'll be hilarious. Or both. Could do both. The Stormcloaks are Thalmor agents, or at least Thalmor assets, after all. Should I play Skyrim on this stream? Ever? I don't think I should. Just the sheer amount of side quests would just get way too much. Way too much. And Stormcloaks, of course. I began my pilgrimage in Uzhit's, a den of iniquity where the people were drinking and fornicating, so I left that corrupt place at once. At once I saw another abomination, the temple of the bride of the Antichrist. With the proud Babylonian tower, I went past it quickly towards the rising sun. So that is the, that's what they call the Catholic Church. The bride of the Antichrist. Tower of the Babylonian tower. It means a tower with a bell in it. It means a bell tower. They're very crypto. They're very proto-Protestant. It's creepy. When I left the village, I came upon a crossroads and didn't know which way to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed, and my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went through the sinful land, and suddenly I heard the sound of a 1,000-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. What? I journeyed further on, and all at once rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth. His broken teeth jutted to the heavens like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast, and by the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly. Then I left their house and saw 2 widows weeping and keening with them, and that they let me sleep in their shadow. These have to be riddles. I went further along the edge of the world, and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then saw 2 bridges over the river Jordan. Then the devil tempted me and tried to lure me to the one on the right, but I saw through his deceptions and went against his will. And then I saw it, the gateway to the garden of paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw, but they saw I was good Christian and let me enter therein. These were the last words uttered by the heretic Peter of Heretic. For he did then breathe his last. The vicar did then state that his death was surely the work of Lucifer to silence his tongue before the ears of the servants of God. The executioner thereupon took umbrage and made conceited objections, for which his wage was cut by 3 groschen, and he was admonished not to repeat such remarks, especially in the presence of a servant of the Holy Mother Church. The body of the heretic was buried outside the cemetery walls as befits, so that it should not corrupt hallowed ground. Thereby the case of the heretic Peter of Heretic was brought to a close in accordance with ecclesiastical law. Okay, so I go east from the church. When I left the village, I came across a crossroads. The finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. Okay, let me see if I can figure that out. Sounds like mushroom theology? Yeah, honestly, yeah, it really does, doesn't it? So, east from the church. Out to a crossroads. The finger of Christ rose from the ground to show me the way. I assume there's going to be some kind of landmark. I don't know. I'll go and find out. Let's see. Actually, how am I? I got plenty of nom-noms. Plenty of energy. I'm good to take this journey through the dark. Wait, is this the crossroads? And is this the finger of Christ? Admire. This isn't the crossroads, is it? Supposed to be 2 bridges. I can't figure out what that's supposed to be. Why would there be 2 bridges? This is it. This is the crossroad. The finger of Christ arose out of the ground. I have to kneel at the crossroad. Finger of Christ did rise out of the ground. Is it this? Gotta be this, right? Okay. Came upon a crossroads and did not know which way to go. I fell on my knees and prayed. My prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went, through this sinful land, and suddenly I heard the sound of a 1,000-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen in their towers. Alright, I'm gonna try going this way. Wait, why is my sword not equipped? There. Wait. Why is my bow not equipped? Weird. Thousand-headed crowd. Beehive, right? Beehive? That makes sense, yeah. Okay, so I continue along this road until I find a beehive. Yeah, it's gotta be. Here are beehives. There we go, beehives. Grab some honey, because honey's good. Gift from the Lord. I'll eat some. Honey is a wonderful medieval traveling food. Primarily because it never spoils. It never spoils. A really cool thing to have for traveling food. Okay. Saw their queen in their towers. Okay. Journeyed further on. All at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth. His broken teeth jutted up to the heavens, like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast. And by the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. Peter and Andrew. Okay. The Leviathan's jaws arose. Maybe I should wait until morning so I can actually see all of this clearly. Maybe I should just take some hallucinogens so I can know what the hell he's talking about. Oh, here. This is it, isn't it? Is this it? No, maybe? There's another path to the left, and I'm a little bit concerned. All at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth. Broken teeth jutted to the heavens like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast. By the road I saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew and Peter. Peter and Andrew. Peter and Andrew. Through the mouth of the beast. Screw it. I'm waiting an hour until sunrise. Can't do this. I cannot do this in the dark. Through the mouth of the beast. Saw the abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. He stole the fruits of their labor. Is that it? I'm assuming this is right, but I don't know. Why Peter and Andrew? It's Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled the belly. Peter and Andrew. Is this it? Yeah, I'll take this. Is this it? Fisherman. Fisherman. Oh, well, hello. Good thinking. Okay, so the fisherman's house. I actually know where that is. And it's over there. Oh, man, that's clever. Okay, yeah. Oh, man, first of all, I love this puzzle. Second of all, you're better at it than I am. Thank you. Wait, no, the fisherman's way up this way, isn't he? No. Down here? Where's the fisherman? Right here, right? I think. Oh, no, wait. Further north. That's the fisherman's house. Okay. Yeah, right up here. Alright. Yep. That's right. Okay, cool. Man, this is really good. These are good puzzles. I'm dropping the ball on it, kind of, but that's really good. Okay, so I left their house, saw 2 widows weeping and keening. I wept with them and let me sleep in their shadow. 2 widows weeping and keening. That has to be trees, right? Like weeping willows. Further along the edge of the world and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan. Okay, 2 widows weeping and keening. Along the edge of them. Would that be... Oh, I see them. See these widows. The edge of the world, widows. 2 widows. Here we go. Yup. They let me sleep in their shade. Okay. In their shadow. Went further along the edge of the world until I saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then I saw 2 bridges over the River Jordan. So, the one on the right and the one on the left. So, continuing along. 2 bridges over the River Jordan. Continuing along the edge of the world, 2 bridges. So wait, Kevin, you didn't know about this quest, or you didn't know about the Waldensians, or... What is he talking about? The bones of the Leviathan. Continued along the edge of the world. Which I assume either means the edge of the forest or against the river. Probably along the river, right? Bones of the mighty Leviathan. Interesting. Well, here are the 2 rivers. Here are the 2 bridges. The devil tempted me to go to the one on the right, or wait, what was it? Oh, the quest, yeah. I don't know what the what he was talking about. The ribs of the great Leviathan, but whatever. 2 bridges over the River Jordan. The devil tempted me to tried to lure me to the one on the right. I saw us through his deception and went against it as well, so he goes on the left one. Then I saw the gateway to the Garden of Paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw. Okay, so guarded by scarecrows. So a gate of foliage guarded by scarecrows. I assume those are the scarecrows, right there. Or they're just hay bales. Okay, never mind. They're just hay bales. Okay. I now have to wonder if this is actually a meeting place
I found it.
for heretics, or if he was really just coming here high. Ooh. There's a cross.
A cross, nicely carved. Someone in the village might recognize it.
I mean, it's not a crucifix, I note. The cross. It might be something. Oh, hey. There's a chest. Oh, hi, Mutt. Good doggy.
Good boy. That's my boy.
Now, this is a very good woolen fabric, huh? Yeah. I don't think I need it. Now, this is actually a really good, well put together quest. And of course, the proto-Protestants decide they're going to have their church service in a meadow under a tree. Heretical hippie bastards. There we go. That's typical. Absolutely typical. Under a big old willow tree. Don't get me wrong, gorgeous tree. Might be nice for like a youth group or something, but come on. Come on now. Grow up. Build a real church. Alright. We go back now to Uzhitz. And my reputation in Uzhitz is still not great. I don't know what to do about that. I've like never taken a single hit to my reputation here, and I've done tons of things to help people and stuff. It's just I'll have a really bad reputation here in Uzhitz. Like, look, if I go to the map, zoom all the way out. Look, there are literally 3 places where I have a less than ideal reputation. Rovna, where no one lives. Vranik, which is an abandoned fort where no one lives. And Uzhitz, which is a nice town that I spend a lot of time in and make good friends in, and yet nothing. Whatever. Hey.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I hope so too.
I'm looking for the owner of this cross. Do you happen to know whose it is?
No, I don't. But why not ask the priest? He blesses all the crosses in the village.
Thanks. I'll ask him.
May the Lord watch over you.
Why do I think that that's a red herring, and he will not know? I mean, if we're dealing with Waldensian heretics, the chances that he would have a cross that was not blessed by the priest is actually quite high. So I don't know. Where is he anyway? Up the tower. Oh my gosh, he's up the tower. We're gonna have to go up the tower. Oh no. Why are you sleeping up here? Oh, I know. It's because the vicar is in your house. That's why. Makes sense.
God be with you.
Morning, Father.
The village folk said you consecrate the crosses they keep at home.
Indeed I do. Why do you ask, Hal?
I was just wondering if you could remember who owns this one.
I could, but I might not want to tell you.
Why?
People said they saw you talking with a vicar. They're afraid that Sir Hanush sent you here to help him.
Kevin says, the forest is a place of isolation from others. The Lord was tempted in the wilderness. The devils are said to wander the desert places after being expelled, and the desert fathers. Hold on. This needs to continue. But yeah, you're correct.
That's not how it is.
And how is it?
Sir Hanush sent me to find out what he wants, and to get him out of here if possible.
Well, then we share the same interest. But I'd still prefer it to end with nobody burned at the stake.
You needn't worry. There are no heretics here.
So I would hope. But these Inquisitors always find something. They hate to go back to their superiors empty-handed. Where did you find the cross?
Let's do a deal. I'll tell you where I found it, and you tell me whose it is.
Very well. Tell me.
I found it in the woods. It looked like people met there. There were other things, candles, a cloth, and so on.
Damn it. That really does seem like...
That the vicar is right to be looking here? It surprised me, too. So whose is it?
The cross is definitely the Bowers, I remember that. But that just can't be. I can't believe it. If they really are heretics, though...
What do you want to do?
I don't know. But I'll do anything in my power to prevent a heretic witch hunt taking hold here.
I'll be subtle. But I still want to burn them down. So the Desert Fathers are often said to battle demons in the wilderness in the desert. Wolves tend to isolate sheep from the flock. Yeah, all of that. There's a reason that we congregate together as the body of Christ.
If there are any heretics here, they have to be driven out. You mustn't have pity on them, Father. They're like the plague.
Heretics or not, you don't know what you're talking about. I've seen this sort of thing. But very well, if you say so. Still, I'm sure you won't mind if we first find out how things stand.
How would you go about it?
Of course.
That's simple. Listen to how they say their prayers.
But how can I listen to their private prayers? I don't suppose they'll be praying that way in the church.
Certainly not. In the church, they pray the usual way. But at home, it's a different matter entirely. I know they meet at the farm in the evening with all the domestics. They'll surely be praying then.
All right, but how can I listen in?
I don't know. Crouch beneath the window? Climb up in the loft? That way you'll be sure to hear everything said in the main room.
Okay.
What do you know about the Bowers?
When I think about it now, they're a little peculiar.
What do you mean?
Could be heretics.
Well, they do rather keep themselves to themselves. They attend Mass, true enough.
Like you said, Kevin.
They leave the moment it's over. And I've never seen them at a dance or a celebration of any kind.
Sounds very
Protestant.
Protestant.
On the other hand, they give more alms to the needy in the village than anyone. I
Sounds
can't deny them
Waldensian.
that.
It does sound Waldensian. They isolate themselves from community, but they give alms rather than participate.
Where did those Bower folk come from?
I don't really know. I've never spoken to them much, but they've not been here long, only 2 or 3 years.
Same, Henry, same.
And the cross? Did you consecrate that for the Bowers themselves?
No. It belonged to the family who lived on the farm before them. That was quite a sad story.
Right, I'll get on with it.
Been a pleasure.
Thanks, Father.
Look out.
Alright, so let's sneak out of the farm. Snoop on their evening prayers. Don't want to just report them straight to the vicar right away. We want to confirm our suspicions. Don't want to, Don't want to accuse the wrong people, exactly. On which note, let's get our sneaking gear. Black propulse, dark Saxon gamison, leather gloves, quiet dark shoes, tight black coats. Oh, wait. Okay, let's see about... doing some repairs before I... Do we have any tailor's kits? No. I do. Okay. Cool! Now that we're all sneaks donkey. Where's their farm? Not gonna tell me, is it? Oh! They're very far away. Wow, alright, cool. Let's ride. I said, let's ride. Come on, Abarak.
Yeah.
I probably am okay unarmored. Or lightly armored. I'll probably be fine. Alright. I love how with these proper horseshoes and this harness, a canter is almost as fast as a gallop.
Yeah.
Not quite, but it's pretty darn close.
To heal, mutt.
Get it. Good catch. I need to get the... Oh yeah, I need to do all that at some point.
Yeah.
Getting all that meat for the Sasau Butcher. The trouble with it is getting all of it at once, you know? Okay, they meet in the barn. Can I get to the loft? I don't think I can get to the loft. This is the stable. She's leaving. Going inside. Eventually. It doesn't get stuck on chair and on the stairs. We will be stuck inside. We will get inside eventually. Alright, she's in. I'm stuck. Damn it. There we go. It's evening, right? Waldensian. Option. The Bower farm is suspected, reported now. Sneak onto the Bower property and eavesdrop on their evening prayer. The Bowers and their farmhands meet every evening for supper. I'm to creep into their loft and eavesdrop on how they pray. Oh, their loft. This is not their loft. Their loft is in their house. That is going to be a little bit harder to sneak into. But it's doable. Right here? Is right there. How do I get into their loft? This is not their loft. How did she not see me?
What do you think you're doing? No business.
Crap. I'm gonna have to reload because I do need to actually do this. 44. Oh, no. It wasn't that long ago. It was like an hour ago. Yeah, I need to. I really need to, because I need to investigate this. Damn it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna rush it. Rush through the stuff. I'm gonna completely skip the horse thing, that horse quest, because my god, was that dumb. Oh my god, this is before the tourney. We haven't done the tourney yet, have we? Screw it, we're not doing the tourney. I want it. I don't care. We're leaving. Damn it. We know that we won, okay? Listen, I'm not the worst Inquisitor ever. I'm just bad. I mean, I could just report them and they'd be burnt at the stake, but, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to actually make sure that we know that they are heretics, and make sure we're getting them, and make sure we're getting all of them, and all that stuff. Whatever. You and I, and all of you, we know that we won that tourney. It's fine. I'll win another one off stream for you guys. It's fine. It's no big deal. We did it. It's okay. There's a record of it. It's on the internet. The internet will never forget. Ugh, I'm peeved. It's okay, though. It's okay, though. It's okay. Everyone, yes, apparently everyone expects the Vincent Inquisition, because I'm not particularly good at this. At least now we know exactly where we're going to find the to find where the heretics congregation goes and all that stuff. Yeah. Win the tourney if I can finish it. Shut up, rubbing it in. Pardon me, sir. Let's go straight to the vicar. He has 2 guards.
What do you want here, lad?
God save.
Okay, yada. I know.
He's
exactly.
I don't need to ask about the Waldensians. You're not going to tell me anyway.
How can I help you then?
Excellent. I know.
And what's
that is to say,
I see.
Possibly.
Okay. Of course I can read.
Naturally. Here's the.
I'll do my best.
Well, the locals trust me.
That's and
you flatter me. Are there any
Everyone is a suspect.
Okay.
How did you conclude?
We caught.
And that was all.
By the end.
I see.
I'm pleased to.
I'll get working.
God be with you.
Alright, cool. Find the Waltensian congregation. Easy peasy. Let's ride! Okay, so fork in the road. Finger of Christ. I'm not that hungry. I'm gonna stop. Nah, screw it. I'm not gonna stop the beehives. I have enough honey. Ah, yes, through the teeth. I guess that's what that is. To the home of Saints Peter and Andrew. Along the edge of the world. Widow weeping. I still have no idea what the bones of the Leviathan are. No clue what that could possibly mean. Oh. Oh, hey. Bones of the Leviathan. There it is. Okay, cool. Moving on. The left bridge. And Men of Straw. Here it is. Maybe I need to read it first.
Seems I've found it.
Sure have. Much quicker this time.
A cross, nicely carved. Someone in the village might recognize it.
Okay, back to the village. Oh, I hope I didn't miss you, Kevin. If you're done with screens for the evening, then good night, and I will see you next time. Feel free to catch up again, and some other time between streams, so you can actually see how all of this goes. See how it goes when I don't mess it up.
I'm honored that a knight...
Yep.
I'm looking for the owner of the...
no, I don't.
Thanks.
I'll ask the priest. Actually, what do you actually, I should sell some things to you.
Good luck to you.
You don't have much money, do you? You only buy food. Never mind. Never mind. Ah, he's coming down from the tower. Ah!
Good day to you.
I teleported a little.
The village.
Indeed,
I was just.
I could.
Why?
People.
Not
That's not how.
And how is? Well, then.
You needn't.
So where did you?
Let's do it.
Very.
I found it.
Damn it.
That the vicar.
The cross is dead.
What do you want?
I don't know.
If there are
heretics, but very well.
How would you go?
That's.
But how can I?
Certainly. I know they.
All right.
I don't know.
What do you?
When I,
what do you?
Well, but on the other.
They're weird.
Where did
Got
they-
it.
I don't.
Don't know where they came from. Only a couple years
the clock.
ago.
No.
Didn't consecrate it for them.
Right. I'll...
Previous family. All right, let's go. Let's go handle the bowers. Evening prayer. Oh, on work nights. Oh, you're off tomorrow. Okay, that's not bad then. Let's stay up a bit later. It's always nice. Black Hood. Saxon gambeson, leather gloves, white dark shoes, tight black hose. Let's... Oh wait, leather gloves. White dark shoes, tight black hose, no helmet, black hood. Look at that, I look sketchy as heck. Love it. Absolutely love how sketchy I look. Okay. Actually closer to evening this time, so this is more convenient. How do I get into their loft? Anyway. I still have no idea how to get into their loft. There didn't seem to be a loft in my snooping. I'm actually going to use... You know what? I'm going to use a savory schnapps. Did that cause me alcohol? Yay, alcohol. How much alcohol is this, anyway? 7%. Okay, that's not that much. That's not that much. Yeah, outside through a window is probably the best way of doing it, honestly. Probably right. Like, the quest specifically says through their loft. Creep into their loft and eavesdrop on how they pray. Farmhands meet every evening for supper. I'm to creep into their loft and eavesdrop on how they pray. Their loft? What loft? And how? I mean, there is a loft in the house. Wait till evening-ish. Yeah, I'll try outside through a window. That's the best I can think of, really. I don't know. Hello, cat. Angel. Come here. I'm trying to get my cat to, you know, wander in front of the camera, but she won't usually cooperate with such things. I wish she would. She's very cute, as you may know. There's a ladder to the loft outside? Maybe. There could be. Win the tourney! Oh no, I failed to win the tourney! It's almost like I didn't try. There's no outward-facing window either. What is this place? Oh, there is. You're right. Yeah. Really? Who does this? Who has a loft with an outward-facing window like this? Looking for anything suspicious. I don't know what exactly would be suspicious, but I don't know. Carrots. Carrots, those bastards. Alright, let's wait. Okay. Carrots, those heretical bastards. Good Catholic peasants eat parsnips. I don't know, man. I don't know. There you are. Come here. Come here, Miss Cat. Ah, I caught you. Here she is. An English Bible with not enough books. Nah, it's too early for that.
And of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, bye, Cat.
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are bound to receive from thy bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Well, they're doing that normally.
They took old Wenzel to the presbytery today. His farm is nearby. It's only a matter of time before
they come for me. I know.
And what are we going to do about it? That vicar is baying for blood, the beast. He will devour you alive.
I do not intend to do anything about it. I shall not waver from my faith, nor turn my back on it.
My dear, what on earth are you saying?
If they come for me, I will go quietly. And I will not lie.
Are you serious? Don't you know what they'll do to you?
I can well imagine. But I am resolved.
The Lord have mercy.
Do not fear. I surrender to God's will. And I do not condemn you if you decide to leave.
I'll stay by your side, although I'd rather that you decided otherwise.
I know. And you have no fear, my brothers in Christ. Stay true to God's plan, as I shall. Go and spread the true faith amongst all good folk.
I'm sorry, I wish there was another way.
Was the tip-off supposed to be that
You
they were
should eat
praying
your
in the
supper
vernacular?
and depart right away. Who knows? He may come for us at dawn.
Henry the Ninja. Okay, so... Yeah, let's go talk to Father Godwin first. I just jump down and be sneaky. Just get him. Just heckin' get him. Maybe I should get that guy. We must be very, very quiet when hunting heretics. Asleep. Shh. Deeper. Just go to sleep. A little bit of a deeper sleeper. Dorky, that's good. Dried fruit, dried meat, Groshen. Trunk key. Groshen. Dorky. Trunk key. Okay. Now, how about we see about their house? If there's anything else worth finding. They're not in there. That's fine. I'm gonna eat the stolen food real quick, just because I need food. And, here. I don't want to have stolen food on me. That is fast. If there's anything else here. Wine. Weird that she has wine. Oh, she have a dagger. I'm taking that. You can't have that. I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. What is it? Oh, it's moonshine. Never mind. You can have it back. I'm absolutely taking the dagger, though. I don't want to get daggered. Or I don't want the vicar to get daggered either. Oi, that's not your apple, is it? I seen that apple in Maroja just last night. Yeah, the whole, like, things marked as stolen thing is... I mean, fine, I get it. But, like, for mechanical purposes, I get it. Where is their trunk? There's a trunk key that's supposed to go to something, but I don't know what. Huh. Really weird. Barn. Really is just a hay barn. They're still knocked out. Still knocked out cold as cucumbers. Alright, well. Let's rearm. Wait, no. Doesn't matter which ones I'm wearing underneath, but it's fine. Alright. Let's go to the priest first, I think. I also should have switched weapons. Okay. It's also a little odd that they didn't leave right away. They went off to their little barn and went to sleep instead of going away out of fear that he'll be here by morning. You know, that seems a little bit foolish, perhaps. There, just so long as she doesn't have it, I don't care who does. Leave it in the street. Okay, father. I love so much use of rush lights. Oh, and the little puke stain is a good touch there. Yeah, right. But no, I love the use of rush lights in this game. That is such a little touch for realism that they could have so easily just done torches and sconces in the walls, but that was so rare in the real medieval period. So I love that they use the rushlight lanterns like this.
So I went to check on the Bower farm, and I don't have good news.
Do tell.
They most certainly are heretics. At least as far as I can tell.
Are you sure? What did you hear?
Prayer was led by a woman. I mean, yeah, but it is at the home. It's a little bit sketchy. More so that they're afraid of the vicar.
They're afraid the vicar will be coming after them.
Who wouldn't fear that? That swine finds fault with everyone.
Well, it's not like you'd have to try too hard. Mrs. Bauer plans to confess everything.
Confess what, exactly?
Most likely her faith. The people of the farm were trying to discourage that, but her mind's made up.
Oh, good Lord, that's all I need. What am I to do?
She's planning to confess. What would you like to do?
You have to talk them out of it, Hal. You must convince them to run.
Why?
Me? And what am I supposed to say to them? I'm the one who's been hunting them down.
So who better? Do you think they'll listen to me? I'm a priest. If there's anyone they can't abide, it's me. You have to try at least. For their own good.
They are Waldensians. They do hate you, so yeah.
I'll have to think about it. Talking to them could be dangerous.
She did have a dagger that I stole.
If you haven't told anyone else, then only the two of us know the truth.
And what if they confess anyway in the end? And then say that I tried to warn them?
Well, you have to try to stop that from happening. May the Lord watch over you.
No. No, I'm not, I am, in fact, going to report that they plan to confess. Look, if they confess that they are in fact heretics, it may yet save their souls, if not their bodies. Oh, I hate this. Come on, ladder. Come on, ladder. Come on, ladder. Go. Okay. Did not get to use that ladder. At least I didn't actually get injured. It didn't actually hit my health. It just hit my stamina. I love that the vicar is sleeping in the house with the concubine. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. Hold on. What's my lockpicking 14? Can't read that skill book yet. Good morning.
Good health to you.
I found them, Monsignor.
Pardon me?
I found the heretics.
Really? And who are they?
The Bauer family and their entire household.
Well, I expect you to give me some evidence. In the last few days, I've been hearing how practically everyone here is a heretic.
I found that place the captive heretic talked about, and I found a family cross there. It took a bit of asking around, but I learned it belongs to the Bauers. Their farm isn't far from here, to the north.
It's to the south. What are you talking about?
Go there and do a little spying.
What of it? What did you hear?
They were afraid you'd come for them. Some of them were talking about leaving the farm. It seems they're of another faith.
A different faith? Where did you get that from, my boy? There is only one faith, one God, one church. Understood?
Yes, I'm sorry, Monsignor. I didn't express myself well.
That's true, but
you're forgiven, but be careful what you say. A little remark like that could draw the kind of attention you really don't want. Now, to the point. Did you hear their prayer?
Yes.
They're
and
of
it was a normal Lord's Prayer. Just at the end, they begged God, if you'll forgive my saying, to rid us of that devil in Rome.
God forgive those poor souls, for they know not what they do.
Then they had a discussion. Mrs. Bauer seems to want to confess to it all, but the others were trying to talk her out of it.
Confess? A heretic who wants to confess? There'll most certainly be more to it than meets the eye.
She seemed pretty determined.
Never trust the word of a heretic. They're the devil's vessels. Remember, he tries his tricks through them.
I'll bear that in mind.
Well, that will probably suffice for me. You did well. And for your devotion to Mother Church, you deserve a just reward.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Now, please excuse me. I need to arrange for their arrest and interrogation.
Of course.
God be with you.
400 groschen. Oh my god. Okay, this guy, that was very, very generous. All right, give word to Sir Hanish. That's all, right? Just give word to Sir Hanish. Anything else we should do here? Nope, just give word to Sir Hanish. All right, friend in need. So we'll go back to Sir Hanish. Then we will go to darn it, what's it called? The big place with the monastery. The Sasau, that's it. But first we'll go back to Sir Hanish. Where's my horse? Oh, there's my horse. Hello, horse. Barak. Yeah, it's quite the scandal, and they do need to be removed and eliminated. It is honestly the Waldensians, because their heresy is not Christological. What that functionally means is that. So actually, while we're on our little journey, while we're on our little track here, there's an interesting difference between the heresies, the more Christological heresies of the earlier Middle Ages, that were first of all further from. They distanced themselves further from the core doctrines of the faith, and yet they were purely theological doctrines. Now, those theological doctrines have applications and effects on their practice and even their ethics and their social theory and all that, but they aren't the same kind of threat to the coherence and the stability of the church and of society that these kinds of ecclesiastical and eschatological heresies are. Because these are the kind that wind up giving rise to the Protestant Reformation. And I think I can see why, given this context, that lower stabbing damage. Wow. Much higher slashing. I haven't used Stinger for almost anything. Disappointing. Anyway, my point though is right that that these eschatological and especially ecclesiastical heresies are far more dangerous to the social order and to the stability of the church than were earlier Christological heresies that were more prominent in the earlier and then the High Middle Ages. This moving into the early modern period, moving towards the Renaissance, which this is, was far more social in nature. So what I mean by that is that it's because it's about the structure of the church, and because it's about how we achieve salvation, or how we receive salvation, if we're to be more precise and more technical. That all of that is it's far more significant. Oh, sorry. I'll leave. It's far more significant for social relationships because in a social from a social standpoint, looking at how a I should admire this. I guess I should just wait. No. Thought my perk was going to do it for me, but nope. Yeah, but looking at how the effects of all this play out, it is really far more significant because it is the kind of thing that has that directly is not just has effects, but it's directly about the organization of society in terms of the church. And so it's a rejection explicitly of good ecclesiology. Because it's this explicit rejection of good ecclesiology, it is a kind of a boil, if you will, kind of sore on the body of Christ. It has these certain negative consequences that earlier heresies did not have, and that's why you had something like the Protestant Reformation happen when it did. Once these types of heresies, the kinds of heresies that become Protestantism, when these became prominent.
God be with you, lad. What
And
can
it
I do
wasn't
for you?
earlier when there were plenty of heresies to be had. It's just they were more abstract, more theoretical, more theological, more Christological than they were to do with ecclesiology and having to do with even soteriology, which directly impacts the structure of the church and what the church does for us. And so questioning that led to a sort of destabilization of the fundamental organization of society, which led to Protestant Reformation, which led to the rise of the modern secular nation state, that led to the wars of religion, massive scare quotes, but for another time, which led to the horrors of the modern period and basically the destruction of European civilization. It's the Waldensians and such, and heretics very much like them, that led to what is effectively the destruction of Europe.
It's all sorted out, sir.
They are
No
incredibly,
need to worry
incredibly
about the
dangerous.
vicar anymore.
Excellent. Some good news at last. I've heard some pretty wild rumors from Uzhitz. So what happened there exactly?
Maybe this will surprise you, sir, but there really were heretics in Uzhitz.
Are you telling me the vicar didn't come to stick his nose in my possessions?
I don't know about that, but he definitely suspected there were heretics hereabouts, and he was right.
Christ. A man doesn't expect that sort of thing in his own fiefdom. Did you catch them?
I told the vicar everything, and he had them arrested. They should be on their way to Kuttenberg by now.
And the vicar's gone with them. It gives me no pleasure to know he hit on something here. It gives him every excuse to return. But it's certainly good news for the moment. Anyway, Henry, thanks for dealing with that vicar. You pulled a thorn from my side. Here's a little token of my gratitude.
Thank you, sir.
See you later.
Saint Michael's sword. Oh, I really hope this is a good one. I really want this to be awesome. It's not. Oh, it looks so nice. I mean, that's... Kevin says Sir Hanish has my physique. Yeah, they do a little bit. He's stocky. Now, see, that's just worse in every way. Actually, that's not true. No, it's just worse in every way. Darn it. It's really cool, though. The long sword of Saint Michael, patron of soldiers and sentries, guardians of law and order, and defenders, the masterfully forged blade of steel that would do even the archangel proud, is made of the best material, and its rich ornament makes it a fine piece. Charisma 16. Charisma 15. Higher charisma. Stinger has higher charisma than either of them. Damn. Versatile, sharp sword with a short sword with a very sharp point. Won't take too much hacking or chopping, although the stab in the right moment can easily deliver a fatal wound even through thick plate armor. Longinus' sword, named after Longinus, the Roman centurion who pierced Christ's side on the cross. It has a very sharp tip that can deal with any armor as easily as with the Son of God. Alright. Okay, the Waldensians. So we've learned quite a bit. We have purged some horrible heretics. I do want to drop those off. I want to sell off some of the stuff that I don't need right now. Put that back onto the horse. Yeah, I'm gonna go sell some things that I don't need. I guess then I'll go over to Sasau. I have a couple of side quests to do in Sasau. Yeah, both my swords are in tip-top shape. I don't need to sharpen them or anything. Oh, dog. No, I guess the blacksmith isn't out yet. Alright, well, I guess I'll do it later. Oh, hey. First thing he does in the morning is go to pray. I like that. It's wonderful. Good on you, Sir Hanish. Can I sell something to you? Can I? No. Oh, I can't. Okay. Is the Huntmaster, he's out yet. He's out this morning already. Huntsman.
Good God, you looked.
No, I'm fine.
Good luck then.
No, I'm not gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell these. So some of the descriptions and dialogue of this game makes the pious curmudgeon in me cringe. Oh, such as. Sell that.
Let's talk about the...
Well, we can...
Okay.
Since it's...
You won't...
Put 470.
What do you say?
A nice...
465.
Finally.
Excellent. Some of the things like Sir Hanish and his obvious distaste for the vicar, that sort of thing. Distaste, and I would say fear, really, of the vicar. That sort of thing, perhaps. Because I'll grant you that. Now, it's it was a bit worse with the whole the shenanigans with the priest and Ujits, that guy we were just talking to in the belfry. I don't know. Did you actually go back and see that bit? The end of the last maybe half an hour or so of the stream from 2 weeks ago, I guess, before I did the whole penance interim video recording thing, where I went back and changed how I did that quest, the investigation bit. Because that was highly impious, let's say. Highly impious. We're loading. This is quite the loading screen for a fast travel that was, a quarter mile. There we go. Okay, let me go put this away. Morning, Teresa. Not even that early. What's going on here? Anything I should put away? I need to. No. No. Oh, the spear comment about the Sword of Longinus. At one point, one of the dudes you play dice with exclaims, God's holy. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. Some of the things like that. Some of the... I think that the interesting expletives are a real immersion point for this game. That they are... So, I wonder if I could find the video on this. Expletives do a couple things. So, expletives take the sacred and the profane and drag them into the common. So the sacred things are dragged down, and the profane things are pulled up. And so this is why you find every expletive is either something which ought to be holy.
I'm going to enjoy this.
That was easy. But you'll find that every expletive, basically any foul language or whatever, will almost necessarily wind up doing one or the other of these. It'll either drag up from the lowly into the common, or it'll pull down the holy and treat it as if it were common. And so, in doing either one of these things, what it does is it shocks. And it winds up shocking primarily by taking what is appropriate in one setting and placing it into a situation or a place, a sort of social place, that is inappropriate for it. So this would be something like, cuss words that have to do with excrement, for example. They are shocking because they are talking about something which ought not be talked about in polite company because it's beneath us. It is something which is lower than our ordinary course of behavior. A snare, huh? Here we go again.
An assassin, eh? The old woman sets a fucking assassin on me. Well, I'll kick his arse.
Ooh, actually hit me with something. That's crazy. And so by pulling things out of the crass, what we wind up doing is we wind up making what we're doing seem abnormal, and that expression of abnormality is what we're trying to do by cursing. The same, though, goes for the opposite end of things. That our other forms of foul language are things that invoke the holy. And they invoke the holy to bring the holy down to us. And so either case is a sort of intrusion into the normal from the abnormal. We're dragging that which does not belong in polite society into common speech. And in so doing, what we wind up doing is making common speech surprising, shocking, an expletive, so to speak. And this is also why you find so many sexual things in expletives. The worst word being the F word, at least traditionally, aside from slurs, I guess. This is also a weird thing that our culture values slurs at an alarmingly high rate compared to other things. Let's drink some beer, huh? Nah. I do want to get drinking up. Another time. But sexuality does both, right? It takes the holy, which is the sacrament of matrimony, and it takes the crass, which is sexual sin and debauchery, and it pulls them both, sandwiching them together into the common. And so what we wind up with is a kind of basically the same sort of thing. It's just from both ends, so to speak. Ooh.
I'd like you to teach me how to be better at stealth.
I didn't know I could do this.
Certainly.
I want to achieve
You can't become a master overnight.
Oh, okay, well, you can't.
Well.
Fine.
God be with you.
Fine. How about Fritz? What can you teach me? Anything?
Glad to fucking see you, Henry.
Well, there you go.
I want to get better at fist fighting.
Certainly.
I'd like to hope...
First you have to have...
Okay.
Well. The monastery wants you to pay for treatment. That doesn't sound right.
Leave it be, Howell.
Sure.
I won't. What happened?
We might have pummeled his face. But don't get involved, Henry. We'll settle it on our own.
You sure?
Wait, who exactly did you pummel?
Well, he kept on bothering us and... in a nutshell, it was his fault and we're not going to talk about it anymore.
But couldn't there be a way to settle it? Maybe he'd let you off the...
There isn't.
All right, if you say so.
God be with you.
Did it just, like... I did get that quest, right? Find out what Fritz and Matthew owe the monastery. I'm almost certainly not going to be able to do that without losing more reputation with Fritz. I don't want to try. Kevin says, particularly the F word has become so ordinary in its use these days by people who prior to the Let's Go Brandon thing were loath to even hear it said. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's very true. And I mean, the phrase even got switched to Let's Go Brandon. Partially, we're making fun of the media. We are making fun of the media who are covering for Joe Biden, obviously. But then also, it's because you can say Let's Go Brandon in whatever context you want. You can say that in a school. And people do. But and so it has the same meaning, but it gets toned down. Right? So fair enough. But now, oh god, the other thing is like, so the more puritanical side is still upset with the F word, but the F slur, the British cigarette word, is treated as the new F word, the new worst word you can say, except the N word. That's probably worse, but whatever. Slurs have taken a sort of prominence over profanity, and it's because profanity doesn't matter in a world where there is nothing profane and nothing sacred. This egalitarian, flattened out world, and the world is flat for these people, and I mean that nicely symbolically. With the world so flattened out, with nothing profane and nothing sacred, profanity loses any significance, it loses any meaning. And so all they have is slurs. Slurs are something they take offense by. Profanity is just language to people like this. And this is entirely why. Because they see profanity as harming that which ought not to be harmed, which is feelings, reputations, people's thoughts and feelings and such.
The miller in Ledechko would be happy to meet you.
You really found work for us?
Of course. Couldn't bear to look at those sour faces of yours a moment longer.
Thanks, Henry. Only...
Oh boy.
What?
The reward we talked about, well, we haven't got 2 groschen to rub together.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You'll pay me when you have it.
That we will.
I mean, presumably.
Stop by and visit us in a week. We'll pay you back as soon as we get our first wage. Goodbye.
Great. Alright, they're all set. Not that. Not that. Ooh, the blacksmith in Sasau is a sorcerer. Let's ask about the accident at the monastery. Let's do that first, since we're right here by the monastery. Monastery's right there, and it's beautiful. Where's our horse? Horse is right here. Let's go ride it through the monastery. But anyway, yeah, it's but anyway, so it is really interesting to see what counts as profanity in any given culture, because it really shows what that culture considers sacred and what that culture considers profane or beneath the level of polite society. Because quite frankly, our culture has basically nothing that is profane, except for slurs. And so what is sacred is feelings, and what is beneath polite society is well, nothing. And so here we go. We have this we have in a setting like this, in a medieval setting, we see that what is profane is things like excrement, because that always is, but also things like you still have that sexual thing, which we still have, that tension of above and below. You also have the profane stuff, the stuff that's beneath us, which is very, very different. It's things like hell. It's things like the dead. It's things like that. Things that are considered dirty. And then above, there is a very, very serious treatment of the divine and the heavenly, and so the divine and the heavenly wind up finding their way into profanity with far greater regularity than they do in our society. It's a kind of way of showing. It's a kind of way of looking to what a society as a society values most highly and despises most lowly. So there's something to be appreciated there.
You wouldn't happen to know about a brawl that happened here not long ago? Apparently it involved 2 carpenters who were being treated here, and they were fighting with a monk?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I've been sent here from Talmberg. I'm to speak with the one responsible for construction.
That'd be the master builder. Or with our brother, the overseer. What matter is it you're here about?
It has to do with the stone for construction.
Ah, then that's a matter of supply. You'll want to talk to the overseer. He knows more about that sort of thing.
Okay.
His study's right above us, more or less. Go up the steps to the left and then head back in this direction, almost the whole way. Good luck to you.
I'm gonna change my clothes, so I'm dressed like a noble. Report. Fashionable hat. Nobleman's boots. Wait. What happened to Sir Radzig's hood? Did I not take it out? Oh, darn it. That was in the other version. That was before I reloaded, wasn't it? Alright, whatever. Bon. There we go. Looking good. Wait, where's the overseer? Down there. Okay, in the corner. Right up there, huh? Okay. I also love that this layout is basically what you still find in modern monasteries. Like this is all shockingly similar to the Benedictine Abbey at St. Leo. The layout of it, at least.
I've come in the name of Sir Divish. I'd like to have a look around the spot where the accident happened.
And why is Sir Divish interested in that regrettable accident?
He'd like to know what role the masonry had in it, or at least its quality.
I guess it played a crucial role, but I don't intend to stand in the way of your investigation. I've already made sure the poor man was well taken care of, and that's enough for me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Excellent.
Who's in charge of purchasing materials for the construction?
Mainly it's me. I pay the fees and make arrangements for delivery, but those in charge of the actual building take care of the rest. I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to the quality of stone. They had the red stone delivered from a long way off.
They take care of storage as well?
Yes, but usually whatever arrives is used up straight away. The construction is in full progress.
Right. Also, I will note the whole tonsure thing, the bald top of the head. I wish that hadn't gone out of fashion for monks. I think that's a really cool thing. That's a cool set-apart thing for monks.
Do you remember when they brought the last delivery of stone?
Yes. It rained a lot that week, so they let the carriage sit right outside of the gate on the other side of the wall. It took some time before it was dry enough for further transport.
And there wasn't anything strange about it?
Oh.
A little
that's a little
strange, I suppose. Usually they bring us a large block of stone, which the builders cut to size. But this time it was a number of smaller pieces. No one complained. They probably saw it as less work.
That is odd.
I heard that you were late with your payment to the Talmberg quarry.
That's true. We ourselves had late payments, and it took some time before we gathered enough money to pay. But that's happened in the past.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to know about a brawl that happened here not long ago?
A monk?
Okay, never mind.
Good luck to you.
Okay, what can we find out now? Without breaking in. Okay. Let's see, we've got a little time still left. So, new construction. Looks like that is the storage area that we need to go and look at. Actually, let me check something. Let me see if those gloves... Same charisma, never mind. Wow, look at that. God. I wish we still built like this. It's incredible. It's just incredible. Another model. Oh man, it's another identical model. Like, I have to say, there's 3 identical models here. What? I have to say, our we have fallen as a society to the extent that we no longer build beautiful things. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to go up there. Master?
Good health to you.
The Overseer sent me. You're to show me the place where the accident happened.
Like I've got time to spare to show you round. He should have done it himself. Why do you want to know, anyway?
Because of the Talmberg stone. If they really are delivering poor quality material, then there should be consequences.
I'd be interested in what kind. But I'm guessing the Overseer likes the idea of cheaper stone, right?
And have you noticed anything else going on?
Of course. It's a construction site. Things are always going wrong. The men are always complaining, and the work isn't being done fast enough.
So it's just like any other building work?
Essentially, yes. Occasionally someone brings in bad wood, or a man cuts off his thumb and blames it on a bad omen, and then there's all these rumors going round.
I'd be interested to know what the men talk about.
Who's been stealing, which men from the monastery go to visit women, how the work's going, normal things. It's only the talk about the curse that's not in the normal run of things. And
Excuse
then
me?
there's that devil's skull they dug up.
Excuse me?
You talked about the devil's skull?
I did. They say it was found in the hole dug for the foundation of the scaffolding. They moved it so it would do its harm elsewhere. But I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know.
And who might know more?
Shouldn't you be investigating the stone? Leszek's in charge of the scaffolding, so ask him if you really have to know. He might tell you something.
I'd like to know, frankly.
Who's stealing? Could someone be stealing the stone?
According to the rumors, everyone, from the abbot and the custodian down to the lowest laborer. It's like with whores and dice. There's no protection against slander. And something gets lost here and there, that's true. But nobody stole any stone. There wouldn't be any left if every man here started helping himself, would there?
Evan, you let me know. I want to do a watch party of at some point on Discord of Sir Roger Scruton's Why Beauty Matters. It is wonderful, first of all. It's an incredible documentary that goes into, well, why brutalist architecture is basically of Satan. It's so good. I want to do a watch party for anybody in the Discord server who hasn't seen it. It's so good. All right. Let's see where
Where's
the
the
accident
scene of the
happened.
accident?
I do want to finish
happen
up part
on
of
the main
this before we
site.
wrap up, so we might go a
It's
little
at
bit
the
late tonight.
outbuilding next to the church,
I
right
too
under the
do
long
not have work in the
stairs
morning.
before the entrance door. Ask my assistant who's in charge there. You'll easily recognize him. He dresses up like he owns the place. May the Lord watch over you.
Oh man, there's a lot of clues to track down here. Let's see. I'm curious about this devil's skull. Deeply curious about the devil's skull. Darn it, we're not going to be able to do the blacksmith sorcery thing yet this time. All right. I want to find out about this devil's skull. I'm very curious. Morbidly curious, perhaps, but I'm very curious. Zmola Mushik. We'll figure this out before we
What can
call
I
it for
do
the
for
night.
you?
I heard you found something.
It's true. I dug it up during work. I then ran away with it and got rid of it so the others wouldn't see. But rumors spread anyway.
And what was it that nobody was supposed to see?
What do you think? A demon skull.
Here. On holy ground, in the middle of the monastery.
But it was outside the monastery walls.
Where exactly? Is there anything else there worth seeing?
Nothing but scaffolding. We started digging there to set foundations for extending it.
This is going to be a dinosaur, isn't it?
And are you sure it was a devil's skull?
I know what I saw. I can recognize a human skull. And this one had horns. Like the devil, besides. That thing gave off a diabolical stink.
Was it a goat? Was it a goat?
And where is it now? What did you do with it?
I was taking it down to the river to throw it in. Only I dropped it at the top of the slope and it rolled downhill. The devil alone knows where it ended up.
I'll see if I can find it.
Why? Why would you find it? Oh, so over here. All right. All right, well, let's, you know what? You know, I think I will, in fact, call it there. Perhaps with a quick look around this gorgeous, gorgeous church to be. That's delightful. Absolutely delightful. Cannot get into there. That's okay. That's gorgeous. Stone quarry and all that. Like stone cutting stuff. Go in here. Anyway, that is just about all we have time for. Before I get... Wow, there's a lot of extra stuff going on around here. Wow. Little wash basin. All sorts of things going on over here. Alright, anyway. Anyway. This is, this exploration is getting out of hand. So before I get too caught up into it, thank you all so much one more time for joining me tonight. I had a wonderful time, even though we had to redo some things. That's okay. We got to hunt some heretics. We even got to prove they were in fact heretics, and they got hunted right good. Only downside, we didn't actually get to see them arrested and dragged off, but that's okay. We know that the Lord's will has been done. Deus vult. Anyway, that is all the time I have for tonight. It is about midnight, and I don't want to go too late. I don't have work in the morning, but I still do want to get up nice and early to check for frantic emails from all of my various students for those last possible minute missions and all that before the semester's over, and then work on stuff for next semester. I didn't get to talk very much about my ethics course next semester. I'm sure I will perhaps next week I'll talk about that a little bit more, because by then I'll be working on planning things in earnest, seeing what I can do in terms of book orders, and seeing what I need to do in terms of book orders, all that kind of thing. Anyway, thank you all one more time for watching. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you all next time. I actually do plan on having a stream Monday and then Thursday next week, being the last week of Advent leading up to Christmas. And then we have tons and tons of Christmas streams planned all the way through till Mardi Gras, because, as you know, I don't believe in ordinary time. I do. I just think that ordinary time comes before Advent, not after Christmas. My liturgical foibles aside, thank you once more for joining me tonight, and I will see you all next time. And don't forget, don't be safe, be well, and more importantly, be good. Good night, everybody.